Yo baby, yo baby, yo. Yes, generals, what's going on? I hope everyone's been doing well. Crep check. We got on them 2020 Jordan 3s. Fire red denims, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the motorway right now, obviously on my way to this to review this car, yeah. And I've seen on the motorway a Volkswagen T-Roc 70 plate, and it's a convertible. Can't lie, I didn't know how to feel about it. Like, Volkswagen, what you doing? Like, I don't know if you're trying to follow this Range Rover, Land Rover, Range Rover Flex, but you see this convertible thing? Convertibles do not belong on 4x4s. Stop it right now. I'll show you a little picture to see what it looks like, but I'm not a fan. Each to their own, innit? But nah, the two don't mix for me. So anyway, yeah, we're on our way to see Aaron right now with the S14. I believe he's got a 1JZ engine swapped. I've always appreciated Jap cars. If you used to ask me what Jap car was to buy, I'd probably go with either the Evo 8 or the Nissan, I think it's Nissan 300 ZX. Not gonna talk too much, I'm just gonna go straight into the video, so yeah, enjoy. Aaron, you're a waste man. If you're watching this, you're a waste man. No, I'm joking.
1 hour later.
Ah yeah, here he comes. There we go.
Give us a smile.
It's alright, no pressure. I'm not gonna lie, I said you was late as well. So yeah. Alright, cool. So finally showed up. So I'm joined here by Aaron. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, G.
All good, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, so let's get straight to the car. What an amazing machine. How long have you had this for?
I've owned it for about a year, just over a year now.
Okay, yeah. Cool. And obviously, you've had a, would I say history? How many cars have you had? About 3?
In my life?
Yeah.
Probably, this is about my 14th now.
Obviously, on your Instagram, I see, well, I know you through having a Mark IV.
Yeah.
And I know you had the MX-5 before that, which was a drift car.
Yeah. Started off all standard and started turning into a bit of a drift car. I ended up turbocharging it. Went a bit cheap and cheerful, and then I ended up doing it properly, and it was pretty good.
Obviously, you've had the MX-5, so I'm presuming you've been a fan of Jap cars. After that, you did have the Golf, but what actually made you go from the Mark IV to the S14?
It's a bit of a long story. If I'm going to be truthful, the reason what actually happened is I had a bit of an issue. I don't really want to go too much into it,
no,
but
it's cool.
I ended up selling the Golf and basically lost the money, kind of threw it away in a way.
Okay.
And yeah, like quit my job and stuff like that. I was off work for a couple of months.
Okay.
But I ended up using the money that I had left. I only had like, I think £800, and I don't know, I just wanted to get more into cars. So I wanted to get into drifting, and was looking at the cars. Couldn't afford anything like this, so I ended up getting an MX-5, and then over a course of a year I built it up, putting money into it. Then I ended up selling it for, can't remember now, I broke it for about 6k, which
cool.
To this. That's
no brainer. Yeah, so obviously going into the job thing, obviously I haven't been making videos for long, but my intention is to kind of get everyone involved in this question that I'm about to ask you, because it's nice to get a perspective of like people's lifestyle, how they fund the hobby, etc, etc, and also to inspire the young people that may be watching as well, that are like growing up watching the scene and everything else. And on top of that, you'll be surprised because people will it could humble some people and think, oh right, that's what he does, or people have a high interpretation of others. Like on Instagram, you see the person or you see the car and they think, oh, he's living nice, kind of thing. So I guess it's just for a bit of realism, but yeah, so the question is, what do you do for a living?
So at the moment I am driving like a 3.5 ton truck. I do a bit of forklifting as well. In the same job, and I've just started an apprenticeship to start my LGV and HGV license.
Cool. Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. And the S14, is it imported?
No, this is actually a UK spec.
Oh, it's a UK spec?
Yeah.
As we know, the whole Silvia generation, iconic cars.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, out of all of the Silvias, what made you get the S14?
So at the time when I first originally saw it, it was owned by a friend, and it was left outside, and I really wanted to buy it off of him, but I didn't quite have the money until I broke the MX-5. And originally he gave me a really good price. What I paid for it, I'll tell you straight, it's about 4.5k. That was with no engine, no gearbox, no wiring.
Oh, literally just a rolling shell.
Apart from these wheels.
Yeah.
And yeah, engine box and stuff like that. Nice, please. Can't remember what I was talking about. I just screamed out, and it's because it's police, bro, and I'm like, yeah, it's feds.
Oh, they're feds?
Yeah,
in the Discovery,
It's because they're Queen, innit? They scout.
They come around,
They might even ask why you're recording, kind of thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Maybe.
Yeah, they come different around there. I'm not gonna lie, I can't be asked for feds right now.
Yeah, true.
Nah.
You originally wanted the S13.
Oh, you originally wanted the S13,
That's what I was gonna
yeah?
get onto, innit? But I was gonna talk about what I paid for it, and then like what I could have got, and.
Okay, no, continue, man. Continue.
Or not.
No, go on, carry on.
So yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, my mate had this. It was off the road. It had no engine, stuff like that. Bought it for about 4.5k as a rolling shell. At the time when I originally asked him, he was going to chuck in 2 SRs and a gearbox for the same price. But as time goes on, it's about 3 months difference. The prices went up, so he decided to not sell them with the shell. But originally I did want an S13 with a PS13 front end.
Okay.
But, you know, they're hard to find in good condition. That's not rusty and falling apart and stuff like that. But the reason why I got this for the price, it's all genuine, like body kit. It's all genuine Nissan, the Aero kit. So that in itself's worth a bit of money. It's got electric dampening coilovers. You know, it came with loads of fancy bits. It's got R33 GTR calipers all round. And you know, when I started working it out, I just thought it's my best option, really.
Sweet. Going into the electric dampening coilovers, sorry, this is the first time I'm actually hearing about this. I don't know if I'm just behind in time, but explain to me how that works.
You just got a little controller. It's a bit like Air Ride.
Okay.
In the sense, it's got like a little box inside, and yeah, you can just adjust each corner the dampening. So usually you'd have like a little twizzly bit on the top.
Yeah,
You can stiffen it, loosen it.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, but it's electric. You've got a box. You can just, you know, positive,
Sweet.
negative.
Okay. Cool.
Just saves you getting out of the car.
Cool. So obviously you've gone into the exterior of the car a bit, which is what we was going to go into. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the outside?
I don't know. Loads of people think that it's a JDM spec car because of the body kit, which that is the JDM kit, but it is actually a UK spec car. Yeah, I don't know.
So you've got VSKFs on there.
Yeah, I've got them. They are in a bit of a bad state, unfortunately, but
It's alright, it's a Jap car, don't matter.
yeah, I will eventually be getting them refurbed and sprayed and whatever. But at the minute, I've got other priorities to sort out.
Cool.
It's all running all good.
What are the specs of the VS?
The fronts are 9J plus 26.
Okay.
It is, no, yeah, plus 26 on the front. And the rear's a 10J plus 38, I think it is. Off the top of my head, it's all the ETs are swapped over. I don't know, one of the two. But
This looks pretty flush though. You're saying the rear's a 10J as well. That these can fit quite naturally wide wheels on there.
yeah, you can. I did have, my last set of wheels, I did have, I think 10.5s on the front. They're a little
Okay.
bit pokey, which is the reason why I decided to sell them. Just wanted to keep it as legal as possible, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Interior wise, what have you done onto the car, or what's come fitted as an optional extra?
To be fair, everything inside is all stock apart from the head unit, which obviously I got from you, and it's got a short shifter from Cooler Works, I think it's called.
Okay.
It's got Nismo strut braces as well, front and rear, and yeah, it's just got a Greddy twin gauge holder.
Okay.
And aftermarket steering wheel, and I think that's it. Everything else is all standard.
Sweet.
Apart from that.
Well, less is more, they say. So I know this is the part we all wait for. So open up bonnet and talk to us about the engine, because I know you can't wait to tell us about that.
See a cool air intake, it's got a nice fogger system and a T4 turbo dominant.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, it did, as I said, it was a rolling shell. I did put an SR into it. It was alright, it was a bit slow, it was 200 horsepower. I upped the boost a little bit, didn't really like it. It was still, it just didn't feel right. I know it's the original engine, it just didn't feel like fast enough for me. So I ended up getting a 1JZ GT VVTi out of a Chaser.
Okay.
Or a JZX 100. It's got a BMW E60 530D gearbox.
Nice.
It's got a twin disc clutch, which you'll probably hear later on in the video. It's a bit loud. It's a bit too much for road car, but you kind of need it when you go big power, which is the end goal. So I've kind of future-proofed that in a way.
Okay.
If that makes sense, because you know, could have gone for a other gearbox, but there's no point. But yeah, it's all standard. The engine, it's just got upped boost at the minute, which is about 12 psi.
Okay, nice.
It made 339 brake horsepower on the dyno, and that was at the flywheel.
Okay.
So it's around 300 horsepower at the wheels, roughly, give or take. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. Gonna sort it out, but I just want to make sure it's all running right before I take it apart again.
As you should. As you should. So there's one thing that's sticking into my head. You said that there's a E60 530D gearbox
Yes.
in there. I didn't even know that they were compatible.
They're not. You have to buy like a gearbox adapter plate, which I got from PMC Motorsport in Poland, I believe they're based.
Okay.
So yeah, that took ages.
Shout out to them, cool.
That was like the longest thing ever. But once that came, then you had to get a custom flywheel and a custom like clutch.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually got 2 clutches in it. It's a twin disc. But yeah, it was fucking money.
So as we're talking about engines and stuff now, me personally, I'm not familiar with the engines of Jap cars. I've only recently started to actually appreciate Jap cars a lot more. I've always been a fan, but I've always like been deep into the Germans. So it's interesting to know, out of all of the engines, what made you choose the 1JZ?
To be fair, with the Silvias 13s, 14s, 15s, when people take the SRs out, they usually go for an RB because it's from a Nissan.
Okay.
It's more of a straight fit. But I wanted this because one, it sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
And two, it's different from all the other ones. Everyone else goes RB, whether it's 25, 26. But JZ, there's not that many in the UK. There's a few, but there's not loads of them. I could have gone 2JZ, which loads of people ask, why didn't I? I just think 1JZ sounds better, if I'm going to be honest, and that's just the personal preference.
I can kind of agree with you in that one, because I can't lie, the Chasers are probably one of the best sounding Jap cars, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like the 2JZs, please don't penalize me for this, but I feel like the 2JZ is just like the engine that everyone knows of, which is why.
Yeah, it's like, whenever they see a 2JZ, I don't know, people just have this fantasy that you see a Silvia or a Skyline, real talk. They see one pulling up and they think,
Supra? Oh my God, is a Supra in the back? Dude, is this a Supra? Wow! Is that a Supra? Dude, is it a Supra?
600 horsepower, so I don't know what they think. They think like flames start coming out of the bonnets, and there's just a big misconception, and everyone just thinks 2JZ this, 2JZ that, and you know, to have big power out of a 2JZ, you need money. It doesn't just come 700, 800 horsepower like you see on Instagram, Twitter, and wherever else. Like, you know, that person's put money in.
Especially in the UK, parts are a lot more harder to get hold of.
You have to import most of them for these engines and stuff.
Future plans. So in terms of future plans, what do you have in store?
I have just moved in with a mate at a unit, so I am going to be taking pretty much everything apart, all the lights, the bumpers, skirts, all the arms, the diff, pretty much everything like that off. The only things that stay in is probably the engine, gearbox, and most of the interior, and I'm going to sell most of it, what I can, and then the rest of it I'll basically like clean up, paint and whatever, and put back on. But my plan is just to do all the little bits of rust that need doing before they go any further, and basically just tidy the whole car up and just make it, you know, nearly 10 out of 10. Can't say 10 out of 10 yet, but yeah, just overhaul everything really and just make it a bit better than it already is.
Sounds good. And I remember you you told me earlier, you messaged me messaged me saying you wanted to make this run 500-600 brake.
Yeah, between about 550 is probably a safer bet. You probably could go 600. It's, you know, the more you go, the less it's going to survive. But yeah, I just want to get like a Walton Motorsport manifold. Not too sure on turbo yet, maybe a 3076 R Gen 2 or something, I'm not too sure. Need to look further into it, but yeah, it's got a few bits already that I need to go for that kind of power, but now it's just the more expensive stuff, like an ECU and manifold turbo. That's a couple of grand just there. Well,
obviously, when you do get that on up and going, you definitely have to come back on the channel again. We're gonna have to do a little run on that one.
Yeah, that's it. I'll be back.
Speaking of which, did you want to go for a drive?
Let's do it.
What year is this car?
1999.
Okay.
One of the last S14s. I think 2000 was the last year, the last one.
Just from that little boost though, like you can tell it boosts well.
Yeah, it's The reason why it pulls so well is because it's the VVTi engine, and the torque can come in a lot lower down RPMs.
Okay.
So
it's more of instant than like a lag.
Yeah, the turbo spools up pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
But the feeling you get is because of the torque low down.
Yeah. It doesn't lack. It doesn't lack at all. Yeah. It's crazy. So you said this was running at on a 12 boost, you say?
12 psi. Yeah.
12 psi. What's the original psi?
I believe for a stock 1J, I believe it's 7 psi.
7. Okay.
I believe so. Off the top of my head, yeah.
Not gonna lie though, the suspension doesn't feel too bad.
It's all right. This is on, I think, the stiffest. I think.
This is the stiffest.
Yeah, I can't set it too soft at the minute because it's not. I think the fuse is blown or something like that.
Okay.
But I'm just going to wait until I rip the car apart to figure it all out, really.
Considering this is the stiffest, it feels pretty good.
It's not too bad.
I see what you mean.
What's that?
Slowing down for the camera.
Yeah, I can't tell how fast I'm going, so I just wait until the car behind gets up my arse, and I know that I'm not fucking breaking the law.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't want to do that.
I don't know if we caught it and record, but for anyone wondering what we're talking about, his speedo don't work.
Yeah.
Can you go quite high in the revs in these?
I'm not too sure. I know once you get cams, obviously you can, push it a bit more.
Yeah.
My RPM doesn't even work, so I don't even know. I don't even know what it goes to.
Yeah. So is that just giving you a false number right now?
So it's reading what a 4-pot engine would, and because this has got 6 cylinders, you're meant to get like a converter kind of thing.
Yeah.
To make it read correctly, but I've got one. I need to put it in.
Okay. Okay. So within time.
Yeah, it will be fixed eventually.
Is it alright to do pulls down here?
Just over this roundabout, can do one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. That is crazy! Oh my days!
It's not bad.
It sticks though, it sticks quite well to the road.
Yeah, I mean, I've got brand new PS4s all round, so that definitely helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it puts the power down quite nicely.
Yeah.
When you want to go, it will just go. If I drop into thirds.
Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. It just wants to go. Like, I can't imagine what a big turbo can do to this.
And you said this is running how much?
It's about 300 at the wheels.
300, and you're looking to go almost double that. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it would be nuts. Yeah, it'd be a good laugh. Be expensive on fuel, but it would be worth it.
Smiles per gallon, they say. That's the
I've
one.
been past that for many years.
Hey, I'm in love with the sound, honestly. In love.
Yeah.
1JZ. The turbo sounds insane.
Yeah.
If you can hear this in the flesh, the turbo sounds mad when you let off. So obviously you done drift days in the MX-5, didn't you?
I have, yeah.
Have you done any in the S14 or?
I haven't yet. I do plan on doing some next year.
Okay.
Mostly probably Santa Pod days, only because it's a lot more chilled out. If I'm not the best drifter out there. I'm just,
you've got to start somewhere.
I'm not at the beginning stage. I've gone past that phase. But I'm not up there. I'm not ready to tandem with people and stuff like that yet. But yeah, it's just you can go there. You can do. There's like 3 track layouts. yeah, it's just a lot more chilled out than some other tracks that are local to us.
That's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to get into drifting one day though. I would love to get into drifting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, just get a cheap car. That is number one. Do not bother going out and getting an S14, an S15, and think you're going to be a hero, because you're not. You are going to cost yourself some big money, trust me.
Don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
Just don't. Just go get a cheap BM or an MX-5, an IS200,
yeah,
and go and learn the ropes with that. You know, once you've been skidding for about a year, maybe 2 years, you know, you can get yourself something like this.
Yeah.
And you'll probably be able to like learn the car and handle it a lot better than trying to showboat with a, you know, a car like this.
So in terms of exhaust, is this straight piped?
It is, yeah. It's got one back box, but there's no point even calling it a back box. You can see straight through it. It's like a Jap cannon, so yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And decat a lot as well.
Yeah, it's decat. It's 3 inch straight through.
3 inch, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. Crazy! Oh my days! Nah, this is insane.
I got 2 more gears.
And there's 2 more gears. What, you're in gear 4 right now?
It was. I've just put into 5th and it, you know, trimmed out. But Mr. BMW got chopped. I kind of fucked the launch up, but it is what it is. I kind of know who that is.
Oh, is it?
I went to school with him. He was a couple of years below.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a 118D or something like that. I'm not too sure.
Has this been remapped?
It's just got up to boost, so it's not been mapped essentially, but it has got more than a standard 1J would have.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. You can see by the camera, it's shaky,
innit?
Mad, the pullback is crazy.
Ready for you?
Oh my days! Oh boy! I need a 1JZ.
I don't need it. I need it!
I need one.
Do it.
Sunday.
It's just don't daily it. You could, if you've got deep pockets, it's not a problem, but...
They got deep pockets? Real deep.
Nah, I ain't got deep pockets,
man. They're so juicy.
Yeah, my pockets ain't deep. Don't worry. One day. Let's go.
Go for it. Yeah, it's doable, man.
In terms of the you said you didn't do the conversion, or did you do the conversion?
I didn't do the conversion.
Okay.
And this is, I knew he was going to bring it up at some point, but that would be in another video, possibly, if you want to do it, and a full explanation of what went wrong with the build.
I'm fully down.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm not gonna lie though, I like the gauges.
Yeah? Alright, you can change the colour and whatnot.
Yeah, the colour is just like, yeah. For me, I'm like a kid. I see anything with colours, it's like, woo, lights.
Neons and stuff. Yeah. I might do it to this, neons underneath.
Yeah, do it, send it.
You know, it's kind of like a Jap thing, I guess. More Fast and Furious, I guess, but I think they suit S14s and 13s.
Yeah.
But
They do more neons and stuff on the German cars these days, and obviously it looks more natural in a Jap car. But fuck it, bring neons back. As I say, rice is nice. I'm just a ricer at heart, to be honest.
I've been there, don't worry.
Right, so I think that's safe to say. I don't even know what to say, I'm speechless. Like, crazy. 1JZ, first experience ever in a 1JZ car. Phenomenal. Yeah, no, definitely you've done yourself a good job.
Yeah?
Yeah. I look forward to when you rebuild everything and get everything up to scratch, and we can get back on the channel again with a whole complete different animal.
Yeah, it'll be a lot better, a lot smoother. Gearbox will be a lot quieter. You'll hear the turbo more, the exhaust more, and it'll just be a little bit better. Really.
No, that's cool. Look forward to it. All I can say is, bro, honestly, thank you. Like, thank you very much for the experience. It like, woo, yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Can't wait to be back in this. So yeah, that's it, guys. I've been Kyerizzle, the general. Yeah, no, I don't even know what to say right now. You know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. Done.